Yes.
Hey, Bastisto, Bastisto. Hey, Maho.
here.
Ohé. Chassez-o. 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 Maho. Que fait? Chassez-o. Criez. Maho.
Que fait? Maro. Hey, Maro. Maro.
Why did they go there?
Okay.
Ohé. Chassez-o. Chassez-o. Chassez. Chassez. Chassez-o. Maho. Que fait? Maho. Maho. Fait. Maho. Maho. Que fait? Derax. Assisto. Fait. Ohé. Ohé. Maho. Assisto. Fait.
Hey. Que fait? Ohé. Bûcheron. Hey. Que fait? Okay. Oil. Bûcheron. Ohé. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Pastisseur.
They left already? What is this?
Que fait? Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Ohé. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Hey. Pastisseur. Ohé. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Que fait? Pastisseur. Vilain. Hey. Pastisseur. Hey. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Ok. Certes.
Thanks, start over.
Okay.
Oh, it's open. Wow. Plus one attack. Fight my team. CC boom. Yeah, this guy's really a good work. Auto scout, what do you mean the ghost? G. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, maybe he rebuilt. Quite similar stats, I just had a little more food and was maybe the hunt and more farms. Well, I didn't get any of my builds, so that makes a difference. Yes, times as well, quite similar. But then the win high was more in my favor. Alright, we're moving on to Plains, which is Christian's home map. Only G? That's rude. No, that's fine. ChristianIV. Yeah, I know the feeling. Right, we have Plains next. If I remember correctly. I need to check this one. I don't remember what it looks like. I need to know if it's the one with the little extra hunt here and there. Looks like there's no hunt on the sides, so just a regular, it's okay. Damn it, he's probably gonna tower rush me like he did against Newtown. It's almost like I should go humans just in the event of a tower rush, but let's try. Don't build houses, don't build houses, don't build houses, don't build houses. Oh, I never go Incas. Still, I almost wanted to build houses. This should be a very open map. Back to work. This is why I don't use Garrison on key, it never responds. Don't like. Actually go for the real goody woodlines first. I guess you can go with it. Where are my Shivas? Wars are so far away as well. Not like this. Oh, there's one back there. Oh well. There's a woodline. Shivas. Pure wood. Good thing I don't need houses now. It's supposed to be hunter as well. I think that. Just forget about the hunter. Or does it? Is it repeat? That's it, is it repeat? Disaster. Let's just try and find him. discount. Some places. I'm even gonna click up from this. I don't like this at all. See if we can do it on the Pop Scout version again. I think so. Try not to sacrifice the scout to the DC as well. One food. Ha! Why is the scout so low HP? Overlaying isn't allowed, so it's weird. One more hit. Yes! Now he's blind. Ah! Yes, no. Cheating. For the barracks. What do we do now? He's not up yet. Gold. He's going on this. always at the last second. Hey, you saved it. Oh boy. So many idols. Get it! Get her! Come on. So over it. Run! 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 Oh man. MVP scout indeed. Maybe I actually can justify going straight castle now. Sure, but I think so. Now of course I don't have any army. But he had the blacksmith up, so he's not going in the scouts himself. Guys, just go there. Get to work. I guess I have some scouts. Or archers. We actually need to get some collection at least. Just... Why the hell are they over here? Okay, he backed off. Good thing is now he's gonna be... okay. Scrum's time. You never know. Maybe overcompensating, but that's just the way it is now. Where's he attacking now? GG. Whoa. Alright. Thanks, GG. think this was my last game, yes. So I think I secured the 4th place, I hope. Hey, we were quite even. Let's see, Desert Cup. Yada yada, we're Group A. ChristianIV, Akkal. Ooh. There we go. And hey, it puts me in 3rd place for now. Okay. Who's Jägerman got left? He's got Christian and Ancestral, I think. Yeah, anyway. It's a recorded game, The Ghost. But I think I was, so I'm doing it now because of the patch, just to make sure we get to see it before. Yeah. So let's switch it up here. Now it's Cong, forever, what's it, Erikur. So I'm just gonna set up some basic stuff here and then we go. Yeah. I'm on it, sir. I think the Rex, I don't think the Rex affect the update coming. It's not like the whole game will close down. I think we'll just have to see. So here we go. May need to adjust volume a bit here. Let's see if this helps. I hope the sound volume is okay, otherwise I need to adjust the game volume. Alright, here we go. Arabia, game 1 between Erikur in the blue, playing as Vikings, versus Cong Fervor, again playing on Arabia as Britons. He likes his Britons on Arabia. So I feel like they both have fairly decent maps. Kong's side here is a bit, well, you can wall towards the cliff and you should be okay, but all the resources in the back is just awesome. Should be easy to secure for Cong here. And you could say the same about Erikur with both the main and side gold in the back here and wood lines to wall against in all directions. So I'd say they have both have a decent maps this time around. It's not, yeah, no, not any cliffs or anything here. I think for the Dark Age, not so much to mention, unless there's, I mean, there's no laming allowed either, so I'm just gonna fast forward until we get to see some what is likely to be feudal action. For both players. I suspect some kind of infantry opening from both sides here. So yeah, the maps are fantastic, right? Woodlands. I think they both got lucky this time. I slightly question this barracks placement, though. Wouldn't it be a shorter walk from this area? I'm not sure. Anyway, barracks going up for both players. From the eco setup, it's going to be a man at arms for Cong, is it? It's going up now, so it's a bit of a wood rush here, pulling on the stragglers. Yeah, the spawn is quite close as well, that's true. It's like a very short distance between the walking distance between the barracks here. There's also a reason why I would like to see Kong's barracks down here or here instead, because the walking distance would be even more minimized. This actually favors Erikur in that sense, because he could walk straight in here unless Cong finishes the walling in time. But this looks like Erikur is opening a rush here, right? He's no, never mind. He's gonna go up to feudal, I think. So that's a very late rush actually compared to Cong, who is up very soon and has his militia ready. This is a fight I really favor Cong to do. He will have men-at-arms miles before Erikur. Erikur just pulls back for a bit. It's, I think once he sees Cong reaching feudal age, he will just pull back towards his base. So actually 23 pop up for Erikur maybe had some starting issues as well, because 23 pop isn't really the most common for men-at-arms play. Or he switched up a bit seeing Kong's rush and won't know Cong going for men-at-arms and adapted to that. But it looks like the walling is about to happen here, but now Cong has the men-at-arms out, so this is not a fight that Erikur can take until he reaches feudal age himself and gets the upgrade for men-at-arms. He might even cancel that, or never do men-at-arms at all here, and just try to deal with this, just to save that gold. Because this is a fight he won't win with low HP scout, which goes down here. That's really bad news for Erikur, because he doesn't have all that much scouting. He knows, of course, Kong's location. He walls in Kong's scout here, so I believe Cong might lose his scout as well, but at what cost here? Erikur, oh no, the men-at-arms get in! Oh, really bad start for Erikur here. I would theorize he might be slightly rusty as well, because I think Cong has been playing a lot lately. And Erikur maybe not so much, I'm not sure. But not a great start here for for Erikur, unfortunately, but he is quite close in villagers still. But seeing as Cong saves the scout, he will have much more intel on Erikur's base and everything, so that's should play into Kong's favor. The barracks already, no, archer range already going up for Erikur here. Just wants to deal with his men arms, and he was likely planning an archer follow-up anyway, so. So I believe the score difference, maybe it's military count, it could be scouting as well, since Cong has his scout alive and doing more scouting. Yeah, Drush counters men at arms, that's true, if you trade before men at arms come in, but then again, Erikur's scout was already weaker than Kong's, so I think it was a fight that it was difficult to take nevertheless. So a little bit of chatting here. Mouse bug, that's Kong's potato PC, not the BE for once. Some nice cook walls from Erikur here. He does keep the men-at-arms kind of trapped, and now they won't really do much more. And he could still fight archers, actually, because the archers don't have leching yet, but now I think these men-at-arms of Kong will be nicely cleaned up. Kong is sending in trickle of archers here, but he doesn't have leching either. Let's see if either of them has the Cong might have the blacksmith yet. It's going up now. And no blacksmith obviously for Erikur either. So Cong now with the population lead and villager lead, he seems in a very good position here for the moment. We also need to mention that these two players, they are in the top of their group. It's Erikur currently in the lead ahead of Cong, but I believe they both actually won all of their games so far. So really top contestants here in the Group C, which is the highest seed group, with elo from around 1500 to 1600. Erikur is actually currently ranked number 5 in of Norwegian players, I think. So he's potentially, strictly speaking of elo, he's the stronger player here, but they are, as we can see, they are obviously quite evenly matched. Cong also mixing in some skirms here. Fletching is in, which is not the case for Erikur, so it's going to be tough for him to take any fights here with or without skirms. He is below in military as well, it's 16 to 9 military here. Cong looks for another way to get in, I guess. It's still open on this side though, so that could be an entry point, but of course the archers move slowly and need to move all the way around them. Cong also about to be fully walled at all. This is a dangerous move though, moving so close to the TC. Seems to be looking for some villager picks here, but yeah, the splits kind of save some HP hits here, but I don't think he got a kill, so that seemed like a kind of a risky move there. So Cong currently staying in feudal, he has a lot of army, but Erikur is on the way up, and he will have Viking eco to support it. So being several villagers behind, when you get free wheelbarrow and also handcart in Castlage, that's gonna even out things a lot for Erikur here, and he could also take into crossbow right away as he reaches the next stage, which all of a sudden makes the fight slightly better, even with 12 against, yeah, he's fighting twice the numbers here. But this is yeah, tries to get some pickoffs here. He's back off, retracting towards the hill there. That's not a fight you want to take with half the numbers, obviously, against a bunch of skirms. Let's move to Kong's point of view. He's closing in on Castlage himself, so once he gets up as well, that's gonna be tough, because Britons have the extra range as well. It's a bonus that gives them +1 range for archers. Looks like Erikur wants to go for Kong's woodland now. Should just move right in, actually. He does have the... okay, he doesn't have Vulcan Arrow, but Cong just draws away, so he doesn't take any losses here. This could be an entry point for Erikur down here, but then again he's easily trapped over here. Military count still in Kong's favor here, but population is catching up. Kong still obviously on only 1 TC because he's feudal. Erikur has added his second one, so he's catching up. He's adding a third one as well. So once this Viking boom really gets going, that's going to be making a huge difference in villager counts. There's already 2 PCs producing here. Okay, we might have a fight here. This is a fight Erikur really needs to take, because Cong is about to hit Castlage. Erikur might be aware, might not. Cong pulls away. He does have the superior numbers. And I believe Erikur should maybe chase this a bit more, just to get some numbers out for Cong. But he decides to go for the forward instead. Cong just backing off, waiting for crossbow to kick in. Now can run back in, and he could easily have cleaned this up with his extra range. Yeah, he does have the extra range, but Erikur of course knows this and pulls back home. So Cong is likely gonna break in now. Let's see if he can do some damage here. He has a huge military lead, but I believe, yeah, he has some skirmishers mixed in as well. Though they are only feudal age units, he might run into some trouble here doing some real damage here, because Erikur's DC positionings are very good here for defensive purposes. And looks like Cong is just aiming to clean up a little bit of Erikur's army. KD is actually in Erikur's favor at the moment, but Cong surely got some nice hits in here. Now some villagers going forward, dropping TC number 4. Britain's also have cheaper TCs, so they could contest the Vikings boom with an extra TC, I believe, because they can get a 100 wood or so discount for their TCs. Erikur adding a third range now. Cong still being on 2, but of course he's preserved his numbers nicely here. Yeah, Castlage and the Vikings versus Britons, you might be right, since the extra range and all that stuff, but We'll see. So obviously no ballistics for Cong yet, because it was 20 shots missing this single crossbow. Well, it does have the university, so maybe he has it, but... Let's see. So 52 military for Cong, 38 for Erikur. But Erikur with the extra range, so he's gonna be able to keep up with the production here. Cong is adding some siege now. I'm not sure whether it's gonna be Rams or Mangonels. It's probably gonna be Mangonel now for cleaning up archers purposes. Does he see this now? Erikur obviously sees these guys coming in. Cong sees it as well. This should be a better fight for Cong. He's also bringing in reinforcements. So this is definitely Cong's advantage. He has archers also outside of the range still taking hits here and cleaning up very nicely Erikur's masses here. Great fight for Cong, even though the KD doesn't speak all that much for that. I don't know why he's moving close. You know, what's the idea of that? Maybe to make microing even harder, but... So, basically cleans up all of Erikur's army here, and the military count is now 28 to 10, so that's a great fight for Cong here. Now also bringing Mangonen forward. And goes straight for the archery range to impair Erikur's production here. Erikur also on a 4 TC boom now. Cong has added his 5th one, so he should still be keeping track. He's way in the military lead here, 15 militaries more. Doesn't seem to care too much about his crossbows here, just sitting under the TC here. He needs to dodge this Mangonel though. This could be a very good hit unless he pays attention. And more archers coming in, reinforcements coming in. I think I still don't see a 3rd range for Cong, so we're sticking with these 2 archer ranges. But then again, adding siege and just sustaining his push here, attacking on multiple fronts. Let's see if he can dodge this Mangonel. Yeah, didn't take too many hits there. Nice split, but there it goes the hit, and numbers are suddenly evening slightly out again. It's still twice the armor for Cong, but he's not in the huge matches that he just had. Erikur is going for Imperial Age though. That should give him an edge if he can preserve his army, because then he could take it to Arbalest and possibly also some other kinds of siege. Attacking on multiple fronts here from Cong, is getting some great raids in here on Erikur on this side. He's in the supreme villager lead here, is 100 something. He actually needs to stay in Castle Edge for a while longer and just try and outmass his opponent and do as much damage as possible here. It's actually not too far away from Cong being able to place a castle, which will likely be forward unless he wants to secure this area here or something else, but he's definitely in position to drop a forward castle now. Dodges one Mangonel shot here, nice. Would like to see a shot back. He could get 2 for 1 there if he got the shot in, but... So Erikur now cleaning up the power on this side. I must say he's sustaining nicely. He has his TCs, 4 TCs. Doing work here, is keeping up with me. Yes, in the Imperial Age. Getting chemistry, which will actually negate the Britain's Castle Age bonus for now. They will have the same range of the crossbows now, and Erikur could even take into Arbalest, so this should play into his favor very much here if he... I don't see any Arbalest teched in yet, no. Maybe he queued it, no. He can't afford it, it seems. But still, the Britain range bonus is negated, so Erikur can take good fights. So you can see on the score that KD is pretty similar, populations, economy. But very unfortunate hit there for Erikur, losing some masses again. Cong placing 2 forward lumber camps here. Is he running low on wood, or is he just putting the villagers to work? He's doing just fine for now. So Rams coming in for Cong forever now, but Arbalest is being teched for Erikur. And Arbalest is in, which should mean that we could get even better fights against Kong's crossbowman, but he needs to clean up very soon. He has to abandon the castle foundation here as well, because he sees Kong's castle in the back, and Cong is just dropping another castle now. Even adding some longbowmen now. This is beginning to look like Kong's game, I must say. Erikur still doesn't have a castle lap, and he really needs those trebs out, and Cong will be queuing them very soon, since he's closing in lane. So victory counts even now. Erikur pretty far behind villagers, but then again this Viking eco has been working for him all the way, so he doesn't see too bad. Eco here is getting upgrades and keeping production up, keeping his resources low in general. There's Imperial Age for Cong as well. Lots of basic units, Arbalest obviously, and Bracer and Conscription, and now the Archers with the extra range again, so he can outrange his opponent's Arbalest easily, and he also even mixed in some longbowmen here. Both players with 2 trebs in queue now. Will be a trap war, but Cong has the heal. Assuming the trap has this kind of range, I think maybe he needs to sit in front of the castle or something. Fairly even game this. Erikur is first out with the traps. Already got some nice hits in on Kong's castle. Rams coming in here though for Cong. It's only battering rams, so he's getting capped ram, of course he is. And he's keeping the archers at just the distance he needs to use the range advantage to his favor. But his manual has to go straight on. This is a lot of rams though, it's really strong push from Cong forever here. You can use the rams to focus down the threads here. And also tanking some archer fire from the Arbalest here. And Cong also assuming a little map control here with seeing red all over the place here. So even if it's a slow push, it is a push, and it puts Kongs in the very much in the leading position, score and military-wise. He's quite military now. And it's almost top count, while Erikur is at 140-ish. I think this captain will go down now. This is too much. Trap actually isn't firing, but castle goes down and brings it to 1-0 for Cong. GG, well played both players, and totally an even matchup, no question about that. But Cong drawing the longest straw in this one. Now let's switch screens for a bit and get the second game up. We're moving on to Erikur's home map, which I believe is Plains. You can see just this is very much similar here, just a bit of slightly higher for Cong, but KD also quite similar. More buildings raised in the end for Cong. You took down the castle and some production buildings there, but also had the largest army. But otherwise, very pretty even matched players, evenly matched. Here I am browsing through the stats and you can't see them, so let's just show those statistics here as well. So let's see, return to replays. I'm just gonna add some save and map commands here. Yeah, I think there was one point that Erikur could have taken a really good fight with his Castle Age army against your archers, Cong, but he didn't chase them. And that, it wasn't a game changer, but that would have made a huge difference, I think, at that point in game. So here we go. We have Erikur's home map this time around. It's plains. And we have Erikur playing in the blue as Hans here. Hans really excel on open maps like this. And Cong, on the other hand, is playing as Japanese on this side. Cong seems to have a really bad map compared to Erikur because the distance to the woodlines for Cong is just ridiculously far away compared to Erikur on this side. So this, I won't go as far as calling it a bug map because all of the resources are there, but I mean, his resources are so misplaced compared to Erikur's. So let's see how this this plays out here. See, 3 on wood for Erikur for now. That suggests that he would like to open with scouts. He's adding more to wood though. Hans start with less wood because of their no need to build houses bonus. So he needs to compensate a bit, but for the forager idling about here a bit. So Erikur now going up to fuel age. Cong with the barracks up is adding 3 to gold already. This could almost be a straight archer's build, but he's adding the militia now, so we will be seeing tanks again, which is quite common for Japanese. This time it's Erikur winning the scout war, and Cong needs to back off with his weak scout here. Alright, so militia from Cong going forward here now. I suspect that Erikur knows everything about it. He's seen the barracks. Cong is backing off for some reason. Okay, waiting for the forced militia here. actually 25 pop men on here for Cong. He loses his scout as I speak, but Japanese have some infantry bonus that might be playing into his favor after all. This is a very open map, so he should be able to do some damage here, but he needs to dodge TC fire from Erikur still. Erikur already with one scout out from the stables here, ready to go forward and wreak some havoc in Kong's base. Kong already knowing what's coming is quick calling in his core resources. And yeah, planting the arms around here just to make sure he doesn't run into TC fire unnecessarily. And for some reason Erikur has a spearman out. Maybe it's for was meant to go forward to help out the scouts in the fight against spearmen and Kongs. Some nice quick walls here again. He needs quick wall the bears as well. Very nice reaction here. Doesn't want to let the men at arms in. So far, Kong's men at arms hasn't done any. You can see Kong adding spearmen now at home. He wants to deal with the scouts that are coming from Erikur. Looking for an opening here. There's an overchop. He might. No, it's not an overchop. It kind of looks like normal there, but it isn't. So, Erikur already putting up the range. It looks like his. Yeah, the recos are quite similar here. Scouts running around being annoying on Kong's side, but the spearman is out. Should be able to handle it. And Erikur now forced to add archers at home and deal with these men at arms again. So while the men at arms haven't gotten any kills or anything like that, they have forced the villagers to quick wall, and it also makes wood collection a lot less efficient here. And Erikur chooses to back off, but this villager will surely go down now. Okay. So she's being sacrificed for the greater good, and a nice quick gate here from Erikur, trying to lure the men at arms into a TC fire here. He can challenge this archer and skirm because they don't have fletching. Now deals with this spear there, doing some decent damage here on Kong's side, and I think Erikur didn't accomplish too much on Kong's side with his scouts because of the spears being out. Archers are out for Kong as well, so there will be an archer's war again between these two teams. Hunts arguably have a lot more mobility though. They have the scouts, they can add cab archers should it come to cast stage, but for now we're in a feudal fight here, and Erikur now on the move forward to try and counterattack Kong here. The beauty of Hunts, you don't need to build houses, you can just add trucks and eco and add army, don't worry about this housing business. So it's really easy to mass more army as Hunts and just keep going. 4 scouts, no upgrades, quick calls from Cong again here. It's limiting a lot what Erikur scouts can do, and also with Kong's archers and men arms going forward again, Erikur needs to deal with it here. Still no fletching for either player. No blacksmith being added as far as I can see. Yeah, so Erikur causing some idle time on Cong here with quick walls, and the woodland should still be working okay here, but they need to put back to work, so... See, villager count's pretty even here. Military count actually much higher for Cong, which I find kind of surprising, since Erikur has the means to... should have the means to produce a lot more, but that also means that Kong's forwards have been successful in annoying and taking Erikur off the right resources. Neither of them have gone for the far side woodlands yet, which makes sense because that's harder to protect. But it also means that these wood they will run out at some point, and you will be forced to expand to be able to keep producing. Still no fletching for either player. That could be a big advantage here for either of them, but yes, army numbers are being prioritized here. Erikur just now adding his second range, while Cong has been on 2-range production for a while, so that would explain Cong constantly having the larger military numbers. So Cong even mixing in spears and men-at-arms with his archers here, so it's going to be tough for the scouts to take out any skirms in this sense. It seems like Cong is even adding more men-at-arms from one here. So Blacksmith finally going up for Erikur, and Cong is already having one up. He's researching fletching right now, so he will be the first one to have fletching in. I think Erikur is even struggling with affording fletching. He actually has no product. Doesn't have it in the researching unless it's kicked in. No, it hasn't. So Cong again taking some great fights here, mixing in the men-at-arms and Japanese men-at-arms. They have a bonus. So good fights here. Why did Jack pick on this map? I don't know. Cong is in the chat, so maybe he can answer if he's still in the chat. I think Cong just likes playing Japanese for the way they are. But I agree with you. I certainly favor Hans a lot more on an open map like this. Now with almost twice the army as Erikur. The winter crowns are quite similar though, so cheaper eco buildings, yeah, it's true. I see Cong is taking the hunt up in the north here. That gives a nice extra food income there. Quite a huge scout army for Erikur now. I wonder if he should consider getting some armor on them to make it easier to challenge Kong's army here, but he seems to be taking a decent fight here. The Japanese men-at-arms do have the bonus having them attack faster, right? So they do better against scouts than generic men-at-arms do. And not the greatest fight for Erikur, I guess, but he takes the fight he can get and cleans up a bit of Kong's forward. Kong backs off now for now. Let's have a look at Kong's side. He is floating quite a lot of food now. Partly because of the hunt up here, I guess, but now lots of skirms added for Erikur. And also Cong now getting armor for skateboarding armor for his own scouts to come. Okay, makes sense because Erikur has lots of skirmishers on the field, so we need to counter them somehow. I like the preempted defensive tower of Cong here as well. Erikur was going forward with some archers at some point, but probably just turned back because he couldn't really do any damage to the gold miners. 17 archers versus 14 skirms. Skirms still no fletching on them. Fletching just now kicking in for Erikur here. Doesn't mean that Cong should risk taking the fight, but if it's seen the upgrades, it could have made some damage. No, the Japanese eco bonus isn't as good at Celts, that's true, but if you consider the fact the flexibility of things, I mean Celts they have siege and those kinds of options, but Japanese they get better knights than Celts, for example. Just to state an example, so I think Japanese are more flexible in their options than the Celts in that matter. Cong is right, because you have all these small woodlands here and there in your base, and then you need to expand and get even more lumber camps and gold mines and whatnot, so you save a bit in the process. You could relocate your lumber camp or inland, and it won't really affect your archers production or unit production all that much. I think I'd take the Ghost. I think I'd take Japanese infantry or Celt infantry. Celts move faster, is that it? But Japanese attack faster, so while you could outrun them with Celts, the attacking faster will certainly win you fights in the end. So, towering the woodline here for Erikur. He wants to deny Cong some wood here, but this is so messy, there's so much happening everywhere here. Military count's pretty even, and Erikur now going to fight under these towers and picking up some villagers from Cong here now. They're both staying in feudal, seem to be great feudal fighters, both of them, but these masses of curves, that's no joke for Cong to try and handle his archer masses, so his micro is going to be put to a test here, but now Cong is using some scouts to kind of block and tank some skirm fire here, I think. So if you could really get some brilliant good hits in, maybe not the greatest fight, but seeing as the tower was there as well, but... Oh yeah, great game. So much back and forth. It's 32 minutes in, both are still in feudal age and doing the feudal fighting, I like it. Now is Cong going to spot Erikur's woodline down here? He hasn't scouted it. Nah, he won't. He chases away some guilds from gold again from Erikur. Erikur only has 1 on gold, does he? Right now? No, yes, 5 on 5 on, okay, they are back on the gold here. Feels bad, Cong. Feels bad. We've all been there. So military count dead even, population is almost the same here. Cong still with the villager lead though. He's expanded to the side here, and Erikur hasn't scouted that, but that could be said about Erikur on this side as well. The Cong hasn't scouted this bit, so they're both kind of bringing resources that should be easily denied, honestly, but when you haven't scouted it and you don't know your opponent is there, then you won't be trying to deny it either. This, however, is a great fight for Cong. Although the tower might or might not go up, he is restricting gold access here. messy game. There's scouts running around everywhere. Upgraded scouts, upgraded archers. What's the upgrades like for Erikur here? Yeah, it's pretty much the same upgrades. Cong with a slight military lead though, and this tower will do work on the gold. It's gonna take Erikur a little moment to be able to clean this up and access gold over here, but he still has the gold down here, which isn't threatened at the moment. Yeah, Erikur it's been on the both the golds. What a mess. The GD is called. So well played to both players, but it's Cong taking the win in the end with Japanese against Huns on this open map like this. So nice set. It's also Erikur's first loss in the tournament so far, so pretty very nice game. Look at this KD, it's pretty much totally even here. Cong with a larger army, a little bit more, slightly more food collected, less wood, but Cong less threatened on the gold bit, so in the end he could probably easily produce more military. And the Jahai quite like as well. Cong is on 49 though. Alright, let's go to the brackets and update this one as well and see how things are standing. This is group, not group A. Cong and Erikur are in group C. See, Erikur is 4-0 in the wins. Cong actually did have a loss. Which one was that? Against HJ, is that correct? Maybe I noted. Anyway, we're gonna pull up the results here. There it is, Erikur Cong forever. So let's have a look at the standings in Group C as well here. This puts Cong on the top now because he's 4-1-0. That goes for both of them, but since Cong has the win over Erikur, that's a tiebreaker, and that sets Cong on the absolute top of the table here. They still both have 2 more games to play, if I'm not mistaken, because there's 8 players in the group. So let's see, that's Cong versus Ravlevuk. Ravlevuk is also a contestant for the very top here, I would say. He's a very solid tournament player. And he's also Cong against JCB Kill here. While Erikur needs to play HJ and... who else? Let's see. And Yobi, okay, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing more matches in the time to come. Now, I think I'm gonna call the stream for today, but thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll be back with some Desert Cup some other time.